Yeah. Okay, so.
We're live whenever you want to go.
Okay, I can send it. I think it's 4:30, so why don't we open the meeting of the Lewis County Council? Start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's the first meeting of the year, so I think we have a reorganization on the board.
I will start this by taking nominations for president. I would like to nominate Mike for president again. Are there any other nominations on the floor? With the nominations closed, I'll do by show of hands for Mike to become president. Okay. And then six of them, vote seven. And then for vice president, I'll take nominations.
I'd like to nominate Sonia Haas for vice president.
Are there any other nominations on the floor? Okay, so by all show of hands to vote Sonia as the new vice president.
Do I vote?
No. All right, well, your new officers are Mike as president and Sonia as vice president.
That's great. Thanks for your vote of confidence, I guess I should say. So first up, White Madden for the Community Corrections. So I guess what do we want to start with, the CQI position, wage increase? Why don't can you brief us on the whole thing? Because we discussed it a little bit at the last meeting, but we really didn't have all the facts. And I think if you could start from the beginning here and kind of get us.
So in the proposed budget, 2023 budget, the CQI biweekly salary was $1861.65, and that was because there was a new person in the position, new hire, with no community corrections experience. Since then, Mitch Lambert has taken over, and he has 7 years of community corrections experience, and he is on the same pay scale as our two other supervisors, our pretrial coordinator and our case manager supervisor, and their biweekly pay for 2023 is $2065.69.
What was that number again?
$2,065.69.
Where this position is currently at $1,861.65 biweekly. So this is an annual increase of $5,305. And I don't know if Craig might remember, I don't know. I think they did a wage chart.
Yeah, the
And since-
CQI position.
And since when at budget time, when we hired this position, it was a new person, and since then you've done some flipping around in there.
Right.
So, I'll start out maybe the qualifications. Do you feel, maybe he's got time there, but does he have time in that slot? Or, do you feel like I guess the qualifications for that slot?
Yeah, so some responsibilities that the CQI specialist had is completing case file audits. He's been a case manager for 7 years. He's already audited all the case managers at the facility and kind of reorganized all the case plans,
Okay.
caseloads. And he's also started developing data and collection plans. It's something that he's worked with the previous CQI specialist on, and he's already completed some for the 2023 grant cycle, or 2024 grant cycle. Directly observe staff during their duties. He has done that already. And then also meet with leadership to provide ongoing measurement outcomes. He's had several meetings with myself and Chuck and Emily on how we can, do things better in the facility with his data collections. I think he's definitely qualified for the position. He's, got a 4-year degree, which is a necessity for that position. His 2023 case manager salary was going to be $1,817.50, $1,817.50. And with him getting promotion from his case manager spot, like I said, he's only getting $1,861.65, so it's not much of a raise.
So I guess, do you know what his degree is in? Is it,
Weren't the case managers promoted though? I mean, their wages were brought up, I thought.
That was his 2023 biweekly pay. Would have been his 2023 biweekly pay as a case manager.
So you said terminology, isn't it?
I believe so.
What was his previous pay for this position?
Was 2022 case manager pay?
Should be in your budget.
I thought you said it was like 18 something.
No,
No, his current CQI pay is $1,861.65.
Right, you said previous pay was 18 something.
he would have gotten
He would have-
18.
He would have made $1,817.50 as a case manager for 7 years with community corrections.
so that there's a lady, I can't think of her name now, but the lady stepped out of that position.
Dana. Dana.
Dana.
No, it was Kim Johnson.
Okay, yeah, okay.
She's a pretrial services officer.
So was she making this amount of money or?
For 2022, no, it was budgeted $1,861.65 because she was a new hire
Okay,
in 2022.
that's what was a little confusing here, I think, when we discussed it last week, last meeting, because we couldn't figure out, the big jump in pay, but if so she wasn't being paid, she was a new hire and she was not being paid you're saying the full.
Yeah, so the bottom tier pay for those 3 positions is $2065.69. That was the approved pay for that tier scale that was proposed by Megan.
Okay.
And Kim was given less for the 2023 year because she had no experience in community corrections.
Okay.
So bringing him up to that $2065.69 is still at the bottom of that tier, just brings him up to it.
I don't have that information in front of us, but
I think that the budget time was on this sheet, if you have that sheet.
Kim Johnson was the first one. She is not in a grant, or he is not in the grant, he is under project income then?
He's under both.
Okay.
Yeah, the additional appropriation would come out of project income.
I can't really find the exact place that it's got her name on it.
Well, it just says their intermediate levels of supervision, large amounts of responsibility, small teams of their own. Melissa and Emily have been there much longer than Allison and Kim. And so they're taking Charmaine's suggestion to gradually increase them, but would request maximum salary for the same 4 positions. There's 4 positions. case manager supervisor, pretrial services coordinator, COSAP, and then this position, CPY. If that helps. And
Where does this put him in the range as far as the CQI range? At the bottom.
Bottom of the page, you're saying the
Oh,
classification.
yeah, for the CQI.
Okay.
well, it would have been like a beginning employee.
Yeah, all three supervisors,
For the CQI position. And why was her pay at 118.61?
because she was new.
She was new, so she was at the bottom.
She had no experience.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, where does this put him on that range for the CQI position? If 1861 is at the bottom, where's 20,000 or 2,065? In the middle?
Your bottom was like the state average, is that what your bottom was, when you said the new pay he's looking for?
I'm not sure exactly how much the CQI specialist is supposed to make. I just know the tiered proposal that was approved. And on that tier, it was those four supervisors making that bottom pay.
I don't have that big number. The range.
I mean, the range here,
I don't think Allison makes,
No, Allison is getting paid out of
Allison
COSAP rate.
is lower.
it's a pat 4, and it's a 23.65 low, this per hour, 23.65 and $30.40. So if we would take the 23.65 and work 35 hours, right? So
You have to do it by 70.
44, 58, something.
So it's,
You do 70 hours, it's bi-weekly.
so the,
16.
how much?
Were you just figuring?
29.50.
So that's
It's bottom, it's
16.
twice that.
Yes. Well, this is partially. It's weekly.
Which 2,065, 69 divided by
29.50.
These are weekly pays, isn't it?
So you said 23.65 to what was the top?
The top was $30.40.
So when you said that was like 29.50,
50.
so it's putting him almost at the top. $dollar shy of being top out of the $7 range, so that's the top 15%.
Yeah,
And that's using the 30/40.
that's, 30 times 35 hours.
So, see, that's, I think, I mean, in my opinion, I think that's what we're having difficulty with. You know, he just moved into this position, and now he's making close to the top of the scale.
Yeah, so the case manager supervisor is making 2065, 69 in 2023. She's got 7 years. The pretrial coordinator is making 2065, 69, and she's got 3 years, maybe a little less. And Mitch has 2 days less than Emily. He's got 7 years
In their current position, they have 7 years, or totally?
total in community corrections.
And you feel, I guess, again, the understanding is that you know, we don't want to get into a seniority, you know, or pay scale and see, you know, the seniority. We want
Longevity.
a longevity, you know. So, I mean, that's what we're having, I think, a difficult time, where I am. You know, we don't want to start just because they're you know, working in the, you know, for community corrections for 7 years. Does that make them
Thank you.
eligible for the top of a new position?
I am strictly going off the approved tiered proposal. The tiered proposal for those 4 supervisors, the bottom tier, the bottom part of that tier was 2065, 69.
Do we have any other discussion on it? Otherwise, we're gonna have to either lower that pay, I guess, or we have to approve it the way they're asking. he's asking.
I think that's just the requested amount. I don't think that's the bottom of the scale.
What's the
Because it says,
hourly pay rate for that box for the starting of that scale?
I don't have that,
For which job?
Which job is it?
the CQI.
It says 2365. So I mean, when you keep saying it's the bottom of the scale, it's really not the bottom of the scale. Because 2365 an hour, what,
And the max would be 30, 40?
yes. So, I mean, he's almost at the top of the scale. He's at, like, I think Doug said, he's within $1 of the top of the scale.
It
Yeah,
would
it's
be.
90 cents difference from
It would
where
be if they
the
go to
request is to the
That's
top.
what he's requesting.
Pardon me? It would,
Right now, he's getting 1861.65. I lost my calculator.
So 1861.65 is 2660.
It's 2659.
Yeah, 2660 if you round. So
So is this what you
it's a
have?
difference of $3.
So currently, he's making this for
$3.
2659.
Is this what you?
That's the chart I have right here.
Okay.
But this is your range, and she's requesting this for this pay.
For those,
Right, but
For that
she's
tier.
got CQI lower, and the
So it's like 11.
22s, they were lower, and she's trying to raise them up.
So I got, you got 11.28 something. It's 11% raise from what he has right now.
plus that includes the raise that position had.
Plus the three, yeah, plus the, what we do, 3.
Plus 3, but a lot of these positions got more, and I don't.
Got more than
Yeah,
3%.
they bring that along in line, so.
He had a 7% raise this year. He would have had if he'd stayed as case manager. I got that on here.
So that 1750.
Because he was making
a 7%
1698.57 as a case manager, and he raised to 1817.47. But then he took this other position, so that would have made it higher.
So, I mean, the only thing we can do is, we either have to approve this tonight, or either just, we can just discuss it here on the 30th again, and look into it a little more. I don't, I think as a council here, I think we just have to decide, are we going to, it's longevity pay. He wasn't in that position. So I mean, do we want to look at a blend here? I don't know if we should push him to the top of the pay scale, or close to the top of the pay scale, because next year it's not, if it's going to go up more. He's already had he's got a 7% raise this year, starting in January here. So I mean, I don't know, do we want to give him another, that's what I can't justify in my mind.
I guess the question is, if he was in that position before the budget was proposed, would Megan have, instead of saying, Kim just got the job, I'm only gonna give her 1861.65, I'm gonna propose 1861.65 for her 2023 biweekly salary. If Mitch would have already had that position, would she have also given him 2065.69 because he was already in that position?
I don't think so.
He couldn't have been because of the nepotism rules apply.
think, what's that?
What applies?
It's
Nepotism
her
laws?
brother, they couldn't, she couldn't promote him.
So I can say, I'm worried about longevity for Wise employees. I know Mitchell personally, know his work ethic, his qualifications. I'm not opposed to the raise that you're proposing.
I don't think it's fair to the others, everyone else, if we jump him up right away and we're trying to do longevity pay, since he just got in the position.
Like I said, I'm just going on the tier. Those three supervisors were on the same tier. Like they all have the small teams, they all supervise people. So I think that was the proposal, was given the same pay starting out to bring them up to a certain amount.
But if he's gonna be at the top, then we're back to where we started again.
Well, but he wasn't a supervisor, he was a case manager, right?
But if he's gonna be at the top of the pay scale,
I mean, he's not going from case manager to case manager supervisor, he's going from case manager to CQI specialist, which, you know, that range is 23 to 30. And we're automatically putting him at the top of that range because of merely longevity.
but he doesn't have longevity in that position.
Right.
Yeah.
Merely longevity in the department, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So, and in the past, we haven't put people or haven't given longevity pay. We've. We haven't gotten, I guess we haven't gotten to that point as far as it's more of a merit-based pay scale that we were having, we set up.
I mean, when I look at that proposed tier pay scale, that's all longevity. That's how it's set up.
See, that,
That's how she set it up.
that was an internal, I mean, when we discussed that with her, I think quite a few of us discussed it, you know, we're not on a longevity pay scale here in the county. So, I mean, what would be fair, I mean, to add, to split that or add 5% more to this, you know, as a stepping stone? Or we can leave him, you know, at the, you know, I don't know if that's fair, completely fair to him, if, you know, what you're saying, Alex. I mean, would a 5% more raise?
I mean, why could you hire somebody if we didn't do anything that has longevity in a career, does that job for the what we're paying currently? Would you get a good candidate to apply?
For what we're paying now,
Yeah.
But we had one when we
I mean,
hired
unless
Kim.
they're gonna be internal, I wouldn't see how they would be,
I think it'd be tough to hire somebody.
hit the ground running like Mitch has.
She had experience.
I'm asking, I'm not saying
No, I'm just,
he's not had to hire a lot of people, so.
yeah.
So,
I mean, if you did a 5% on top of the 7, it would be 1955.10 bi-weekly, right? 1955.10 if you took the 5%. Make it 27.93 an hour. That would be 5%. Making it 11% overall, right?
That still puts him at the higher side of the pay scale, but yeah, I mean,
I think he's doing a you know, I mean,
he's doing a different position. And it,
That's what I'm saying.
it requires a different skill set too, which he has experience in, but
It's not only
he's
for
already got
direction
he's
stuff.
already got a bump in pay of 7%. And now I just find it hard to give another 11%, total of around 17, 18% or whatever, close to 20% raise by.
I understand 7 years total, how long, I apologize, in this current role now?
Since the end of October, started in November.
So that's not even 6 months. That's not that long.
I mean, I would go along with a 5% additional raise.
Where did you say that, put in, Ryan?
Well, if he was at 2660, what's 5% is $1.33, right? So it brings it to 27.93 an hour times 70 is at 1955.10.
throwing out a lot of numbers real quick.
I know.
Don't have time.
2793, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then times 70 brings it up to 1955,
10.
10.
10.
Is that something you could live with?
Yeah.
I think we can look at it again at the end of, when the budget time again and look at it. I just don't think it's fair. To
So do you want me to advertise to increase it in February, or you want to wait and do this at budget time, or what's your consensus here?
Well, I think probably,
This year?
what's your thoughts? I think you're thinking about it as soon as possible.
Hold on. What did you say the hourly pay was gonna be?
2793.
That's
5% of the 2660. What is that?
97.
93.
93.
So, we would have to advertise that then, and then make it effective sometime in February, you're saying? If we
You meet on the 30th, so be after that. And we'll look at pay weeks, because you don't want to do one part of here and one part of there. That it'd be easier to be a clean.
So you're saying we could raise it in not the February, but the March meeting, or the March start pay period?
If we're advertising this week for the 30th meeting. If you approve it on the 30th, then it would go effective after that meeting,
Okay, so it'd be
so it can be February,
February 1st.
or whenever the pay cycle is.
More discussion or?
Doug, did you add it up right? Were we right on that?
Yeah, that is 5%.
Okay.
So it's 1955.10 bi-weekly. 1955.10. Is that correct?
That's what I got. I mean, it's 5%.
I got the same thing.
Yeah,
I got the same number as you.
5%. I would
I did too.
still,
I mean, I'd make the motion to do it at 1955.10
Bi-weekly.
bi-weekly.
Okay. For Mr. Lambert?
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a motion on the floor of that 1955.10 bi-weekly for CQI position.
Well, we'll have to, pending advertising.
So we just have a show of hands,
Well, you got a motion on the floor, so you got to
Yeah,
do something.
second.
just second it. I'll
You
second it.
second? Who said?
I'll second it. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
So
Did you oppose too, Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the motion carries.
I'll advertise it. We'll take it to the next meeting.
Okay. Okay, so moving on here. If, so we have some, I guess, additional appropriations that we want to cover here, most, some of them for the general fund there, Ms. Wood.
For the community corrections,
Yes.
the first one is for the general fund, $7,775 during construction and during the demolition of the
Yes.
construction. They sold some of the copper. Jerry stripped it and got it ready and sold it for $7, and that's the amount we took in. So now they want to appropriate that so they can do some miscellaneous operating expenses to use that money to purchase it for community corrections.
And that money was turned into you and put it.
It was turned in and put into the general fund.
So we were taking.
And we kept track of the amount that we deposited so that we could appropriate that exact amount so they could, I think it's within 4 cents.
Okay, any discussion on that? So when we tore out the existing community corrections, one of the Jared Gooksell, Groundstalker, I'm sorry. took it out and he sold it for scrap, and that money was turned in, so. If there's no further discussion, I'll entertain a motion to make that transfer then. To the general fund, $7,775.
I'll second it.
So who made the motion? Meredith made the motion. Brian seconded. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Okay.
That's nice though.
That's great.
But yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. All right, in project income, we have 2 correction officers. The total salary is $87,098. Their benefits would be $16,418. The total for the amount requested is $103,516.
So that was something that we've been talking about, so carried on to this year, so we have to make that transfer for, to keep those officers on board. So, any other discussion? Otherwise, I'll make a motion that we make that appropriation of $103,516. So, now a second, is there a second?
I'll second.
Sonia seconded, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Okay, to go along with that, I need a salary amendment to pay them. The 2 officers will get $1,676.09 bi-weekly. This will be retroactive to January 1. The holiday pay will be paid per the employee handbook.
Any questions on that? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve that salary ordinance. Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the salary ordinance 1676.09 bi-weekly. May I have a second?
I'll second. Go ahead.
I'll second.
Alex seconded, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
I think this one's on the wrong side. Okay, and the misdemeanor fund. The misdemeanor fund is shared by the sheriff department and by the community corrections. At budget time, there was no budget submitted for community corrections for their half of the fund. So now we're gonna do an additional appropriation of $32,295 to pay for the part-time administrative assistant and her benefits. The part-time administrative assistant salary is $30,000. The benefits are $2,295. There's no perf included on that because it's part-time.
No, can you explain again, is this person shared by the,
No,
this is only community corrections?
the misdemeanor fund, we get, I think, $40 some $1,000 every year to hold prisoners in the jail for misdemeanor purposes. And in the past, we've always split that in half, and the community corrections gets half and the jail gets half
Okay,
of what's taken in. There is money in that fund, so
okay,
what they'd like to do is use it for part-time administrative assistant.
okay. All right. Any questions or discussions?
Just curious, what are the benefits for part-time? Just curious.
Just your FICA match,
2,000 just goes to that.
gotta match the FICA. It's the employer burden.
So, any other questions or discussions? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion for that $32,295.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Doug has made a motion, I have a second.
I'll second.
Brian seconded, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
And then again, I'll need a salary or amended salary ordinance to pay her, $17.66 per hour. This is effective January 1. The position works 25 hours per week.
So that follows what we just approved, so want to make a motion on that? Okay, I'll make a motion, for that salary ordinance.
And I'll second it.
So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Okay. I guess that's the last of yours, right?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, see you. Thanks.
We're going to continue on with the
Yeah.
additionals.
Yeah, let's do.
The next additional appropriation is for probation user programming. They would like $6,000 for supplies for the program. The users will be paying as they go, so this fund will get, when users sign up to do the program, they'll pay a fee, but we have to get supplies and things up front. Jenny Lampert, I asked her to give me a synopsis today, but I didn't get one, so that's the best I can tell you.
So that amount would be recouped then?
They'll-
through-
it'll
The entire
be-
amount would be?
Yes,
It's just an upfront?
as they get participants, they'll be paying their way in, so this is a user programming fee. But we have to have money up front to buy the programs and get it started.
So any questions or additional questions or discussions on that? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion for additional appropriation for $6,000.
I'll make a motion to appropriate additional funds in the amount of $6,000 for the program.
Meredith has made a motion, have a second?
Second.
Ellen seconded, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Yeah, these are going back and forth with the days and days.
Hmm?
The other one was on this side, and the other was.
I know, that's, your job is to make sure you're on the right one.
I do my best.
Okay.
Sometimes when I go back to old funds, they're on the different sides and I don't catch it. I try to get them on the same one, but
I usually catch it, I think. Only a couple times where I missed it.
yeah. That's what happens when you got tons and tons of these that you go back to. The last additional that I have advertised for was for reassessment for computer support. The conversion cost of $56,000. I think in the past, Angie has been in here talking to you about how we're switching to Xsoft versus ProVal.
Yes.
And so they're hoping to start the conversion, I think, in April.
Okay, this is the first payment of it?
Well, this is the payment to convert the data.
Okay. I followed it. So I don't know, any discussions on that Xsoft?
Yeah. Sounds like it's a good move to change to it and be more efficient and more user friendly, customer service friendly. So I don't know if you guys remember hearing about that, but not really.
She spoke about it, I think, during the budget.
A few times.
Yeah, maybe a couple times after. It's basically changed it from one system to another. Better one. Most of the, I think what most of the states know on this one, 80% is on it, yeah, so it's kind of like, you want to be with the group and have that.
It's a little more expensive, but that's all right. I think she's.
Well, and you don't know if it's gonna be, because the service that we're gonna get in the future,
Yeah.
you know, they may not be able to do stuff or whatever, we may have to go anyway.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve that $56,000.
Oh, my gosh.
Doug has made a motion, I had a second.
I'll second.
Sonia seconded, all in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Catch up on this. So then, so I guess the next thing on the agenda would be the community correction, the community crossings.
Community crossings. The county was awarded another community crossings matching grant. The state will give us $453,370.29, and we have to match it with 25% match. So we usually go a little bit more in case for incidentals, but currently we have a match from the Motor Vehicle Restricted Highway Fund of $111,299.29, and then we also have $45,913.72 in the Lowett Special Distribution Fund. What we'd like to do is put both of those towards that match, and then when and if this is finished, if there's any funds remaining, the grantor gets any grant money back, and then we get the local match money, and it goes back into the fund that it came from.
Okay.
So our intent is to try to spend all the Lowett Special Distribution, because this is the last of that money, and then it'll be gone
Okay.
and closed, so.
Sounds good.
But it's resolution 2023-01.
Okay, any discussions or questions on that?
And $25,000 match, you have plenty of it, right?
Not $25,000,
25%.
25%.
And that's like what?
But we
100?
try to go a little bit more in case there's incidentals.
So what do you try, 30%?
Well, right now that Lowett fund has $45,913.72, so we want to empty that fund out, and then the remaining we'll take from the highway restricted fund.
The other 100 or.
The 111.
Yeah, do 100. So you'll be well over 25.
We usually are well over it. And then, like I said, when the projects are finished, I forget if this is Portersville Road. Portersville Road in the town of Portersville is what this grant is gonna cover. So they just usually try to have more just in case there's any incidentals. And I will put this on the list to be appropriated at the next meeting.
Okay.
Just
we have to approve the.
We want to get the funding in place.
tonight.
And the only way you can jump money from one fund to the other is by a resolution. I can't ever commingle two funds unless it's for a specific purpose stated in statute, which this is.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
And we usually get,
About 35%. I don't know.
Over 30.
and we usually try to get 2 community crossings grants a year. There's 2 calls a year, and we usually try to get 2. Some people do it all up front, but then if you got a road or something that has a problem, we try to put that in the next call. So.
So, if there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve that resolution 2023-01.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Sally has made a motion. May I have a second?
I can second.
Ryan seconded. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, next on the agenda here, what I wanted to discuss here, I got a letter today from Mr. Craig Raleigh, kind of resigning from the position of the Dubois County Council. So I just want to bring this forward, and I want to make a couple comments. Craig, we're going to miss you. You've done a great job on the council. You're going to be missed. And I think some of the thoughts we had with the 2 retiring, Charmaine and Becky, all that goes toward you too. I mean, you were involved 100% with all that. With all that, I can read it all, but anyway, we want to thank you here as a council for your service. So I don't know, I want to let everybody have time to speak if they want to, so.
Was it me and Brian? That's why you chose?
I'm
I think I said. Congratulations.
Congrats.
But you were, 100% of the people voted for you. Because yes, Saturday, it was, like I said, I think, glad that you're here because like I told you, I think I was afraid your head would swell so much that I couldn't get through the door. So,
It's difficult getting out of here.
yeah, but,
Don't
Anyway.
worry, we'll hammer him down tomorrow.
Put them in place.
Yeah.
and I think I want to ask you to make sure that you invest all our funds to the max that we can get more interest money that we can operate. So
Right.
I know you'll do a great job.
Thank you.
So anyone else want to?
Yeah, I'll say, it was good working with you, Craig, and I'm not looking forward to budget day. Now that you and Charmaine are done, because you're the budget hawks and you're excellent at it, and I've got a lot to learn. So, learned a lot from you, but I hate that you're gone, but you're still working with us. So it'll be a good relationship. So, thank you.
Yeah, I think I told you already, I'm gonna be over there picking your brain about budgets and all that stuff, because we're losing a wealth of knowledge between you and Charmaine. And you guys figuring things out and working the numbers and figuring out where things come and go and different parts. It's a very complicated and involved process. And you guys did a great job. It's a phenomenal job of working on that. And you were just a pleasure to work with overall, anyway. Besides that, I mean, I loved having you and working with you on the council. I'm sad to see you go, but I know this is something you wanted and the opportunity arose, and I'm glad you got it. I vote for you.
Sorry to make it. That's okay. Yeah.
I know I expressed to you Saturday, I was so sad to see you go, but I'm so proud of you. I know you're excited with your new job, and we're really, really happy that you did get it, but still very sad on our end.
Right.
But working with you has been great. You really have been a great teacher, and your experience is going to be missed so much. And yeah, you were always so great to work with, just a great personality and just all around great person. We're going to miss you.
Appreciate it.
You guys want to say anything? Or?
Never gonna work with
We'll see how you
them. We're still learning here.
Yeah.
You don't want to judge him until we have budget time.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
The treasurer comes in. Okay, well, thanks. And I don't know, we did some research today on the 911 board. You have to be a council person. So I think my understanding is that you can attend those meetings as a public person that, we'll have to probably appoint someone to be taking place on that board. So I just wanted to let you know that.
I've been on in the past, so if need be, if the new person doesn't want to do it or whatever, I can step in for that.
Okay.
So,
What do they meet quarterly, or do they meet monthly, or do they meet?
Semi-annual, 2 meetings a year, actually one's tonight at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And there's a lot of discussion obviously with the whole, building that's happening here too, so it's probably a pretty big meeting. Pretty important.
I guess you could attend tonight, but you can't vote.
Correct.
I guess no one could vote because they don't have time to appoint somebody or.
You can appoint somebody now if they want to run over there.
Well, let's
Heck, I can give you a ride.
I can't do it.
let's talk about that here, see if we can get through it here. The next thing, so that's it. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I enjoyed the time, I really did, enjoyed being on the council, it was I remember our first couple meetings, you guys are probably talking more than I did, I think, at our first meeting, but it was once you get in it, you'll figure it out, you guys are good people, all work out. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming tonight too, I appreciate it.
Mr. President, can I make a comment?
Yes.
All right, I'll come up here. I just want to say it always was great working with Mr. Drolick, and there's going to be definitely a hole on the board. So congratulations, gonna miss working with you. One thing that, whenever somebody leaves, what I always try to do is I try to gain something from that person. What's something that I can look up to and emulate that they have that I want? And he questioned people. When they came up here, he questioned them with kindness. He wasn't afraid to have his voice heard, and he did research ahead of time. And that's what I ask out of all of you. Try to know your game and push back at people, because otherwise, I mean, I was an office holder, I was in that office. So I would come in and ask for something and hope you didn't ask the wrong questions, because I come in with an agenda. I want what I want from my office, right? So it takes conversation to make sure we get to the right answer. And there's a hole in the board because of that. At the meetings that I don't attend, I would watch and I'd be like, all right, Greg's asking some questions, that's awesome. And you two are doing much better than he did. So I mean, a lot of people sit on their hands the first year that they're in here, first 2 years, and I hope you really dig in. I want to be a partner with you. Other counties, when we go to other places, they say our council and commissioners don't like each other, or the auditor and the treasurer won't talk and those things. But we haven't had that experience here, and I hope we don't have it going forward. With it being a new year, I'm full of hope for the year and of projects and things we can get done for people. And I'm going to try to drag as many of you along as possible to help with those, because you've got a lot to offer, and I think we all ran for a purpose. I hope so. If you don't have a purpose, go find something else to do, please. But put in your time and let's do something for the community. There's a lot of hope and a lot of energy here with new people. We're going to have another person in. It's going to be a great time to do things for Boise County. So thank you, Craig, and thank you for doing that.
The next thing I was wanting to do is just set our council meeting dates. If everybody can put their calendar on, if this works. January, we got the one set right, it's on the 30th. So you holler out if it doesn't work, or if you got a conflict, and we can kind of adjust.
Oh, there's 5 Mondays in January, I see.
So, and then February, it was the 27th.
We didn't set that one yet, did we?
That's what he's trying to do.
That's what you're wanting.
Yeah, the 27th.
The January one was already set.
Yes. February 27th would be the, like I say, holler out if it doesn't work. March the 27th. April the 24th. May the 22nd. June the 26th. And July the 24th.
I will be gone the 24th.
Okay.
We'll be gone June 26th.
Okay, so let's, let me look here, let's see.
What are those dates again?
Which one?
After February, March.
March was the 27th.
I can't make that one.
So let's take them one at a time here. So then we have to, we want to get it late later in the month, so it would have to be the 20th then.
That's spring break though, so that would be probably a hard one, spring break.
February,
My spring break's.
You're talking about
Is it
February?
that,
That's the entire, we're taking half the first and half of mine, and that falls on the time, so that's why I can't do the 27th.
How has this worked before in the past? I mean, of course, I know we have to have a majority, but if we know, we want everybody to be here, obviously. But
Well, we try to work around it, but
Sure.
kind of want to, that's why we thought we'd always, do half a year, and then you can kind of, hopefully vacations and that kind of thing, get plan around it,
I see.
is what we were wanting to do or hoping to do. So we've got a conflict on the 20th and the 27th, huh?
February or March?
Of
March.
March.
February was good.
I mean, we can do a different day, right? But
Yeah.
we're not,
It's gonna be in the
locked in.
same week though, that's the thing.
When do you come on that
I can
27th?
do the 29th or
The
30th.
29th, I'm
like
off
the
that.
Wednesday or Thursday.
You around that 27th week other than 29th or 30th or 31st?
Yeah, because we're coming back on the 28th, I think we did 29th, so, I'll be here on the 29th, I believe.
So we
Or
want
the
to,
30th. 30th probably.
30th would be the safest.
Yeah, the safest, just to make sure. But
okay, that doesn't really matter as far as the public, I guess we used to always meet on Mondays, but I guess there's not a
Doesn't
really
have to be.
set in stone. So we want to,
if we advertise it or if it's
Yeah, how
set
long before it's
3
gonna
months
be
in advance.
Yeah,
We usually give the notice to the press monthly, so that we'll send out a thing for March saying these are our dates.
so we want to maybe move the meeting to the 30th, right?
Thursday. March 3rd.
Same time, 4:30, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So, and then, so April, everybody good with April the 24th? Okay, so let's go to May 22nd. That's, Memorial Day is on the 29th or then Monday, so 22nd is okay. June 26th.
that's the one I'll be away, the entire week, actually.
Okay, so we're, the June 19th, we didn't make that a holiday,
Juneteenth.
Oh, June.
They did not make it a holiday here.
so we want to do it on the 19th?
Works for me.
Yep.
But
What is that holiday?
Juneteenth.
June.
What is Juneteenth?
has something to do with,
You might get in trouble for that one.
Is that the emancipation?
it is something.
Okay, so the 19th of June. I mean, if we're here,
It celebrates emancipation of the slaves. On
Oh,
Is that it?
yeah,
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I thought it was something
Yeah.
different.
You thought it was what?
I thought it was something different.
I think you're right. Alex, here.
yeah.
It
You-
is.
Okay, and then July 24th, you said you were gonna be gone.
I will be gone that
Okay,
day.
what about the 30th of July?
31st?
31st, I'm sorry. Would that work for everyone?
The-
July 31st?
If not, I can have somebody here, but it's moratorium week. It's the day I have to take vacation.
But I'm not sure.
Is that
I
gonna
should be
work with budget then?
I mean, it's getting close to budget day,
Yeah.
it's another week, but
Is
I
that
think that's
okay?
We do, SS values on August 1st, which is no big deal. Then you just have to set your budget. Normally it's the first,
Oh, it'd be
like
August
August
7th,
7th.
wouldn't it? August 7th.
I mean, that's commissioners. The commissioner day, so they'll be in here. So you
The
can't be,
31st is a commissioner day?
no, the 7th. We were talking budget,
Budget.
so it'd be the 14th more than likely.
Okay, so we can move it. That, should we wait until to set that, or do we want to set it budget day?
Totally up to you.
Okay, well, let's first of all, July, it would be the 31st then, the meeting. Let's, I want to change that first. Okay. And then, okay, then do we want to, I mean, that's fine with me, if we want to set the August 14th for budget day. Gives us another week to work on it.
I usually have EMA meeting
What time does this
around
start?
that time.
8 a.m. and it goes till you're done. And you're sitting in the seat that brings snacks.
I figured that.
Yeah, I told Mary that.
That's what he said. I can bring snacks.
She usually brought.
They sure they brought blankets.
Mike, can I check and see if there's any-
And socks.
It was quite cool, I have to say, by the
I
register.
missed it this last time because it was during the budget, so it's either, I can't remember if it's the first or second week of August that we have that, but can I just check that and get back with you? Setting the,
Yeah,
At least
I think
budget
we, again, we wouldn't have to meet on a Monday.
We could do a different day. We could split it into 2 days. We could,
Well, let's hold off on the budget day. If he, then you check it.
I'll check with, yeah, I'll check.
And see
what
what
you can see.
what
when
works.
when
What
that's
works.
set.
We'll figure it out here.
we'll get into budget stuff a little more heavier on
because, last year went pretty long, but,
They always go long.
we had some,
Right.
I think we want to get some people that, maybe come in before, especially like Du Bois Strong or somebody like that it takes a big block of time. So we may want to get them in the month before,
Okay.
on Monday night or whatever. Okay, so if we're all satisfied with that, then we can set the August meeting in some other time, the budget meeting. Let's see. Okay, board appointments. I just want to mention that I think at Monday's meeting, our last commissioner meeting, Alex was reappointed to the Community Corrections Advisory Board. So I appreciate you doing that, Alex, and look forward to doing that. The other thing I want to bring up, I know we just discussed this a few times, but I wanted to wait till everyone's here. But the abatement, Sonia right now is on the abatement board, and with Becky, Becky had run that quite a bit, or she was involved in that abatement. But what I'd like to ask the council, if I could maybe sit on that abatement board here at least for a year. My reasoning is, any abatement comes, first through that board, and then it comes to the council to make final approvals. So I think I've met with both of these solar people, and they're both going to come for abatements. And I want to try to get educate the board, the board here, the council board and the abatement board. I want to educate them both. We've talked to some people up in Randolph County, and Angie, the assessor, has talked gave her these names, and he's willing to come down to speak to the abatement board and to the council and give his advice on what they did up there, because they got probably one of the biggest solar farms in the state in that county, and they did give some abatements, but they had economic development money in lieu of abatement. So I want to educate everyone on it, and then we still, as the board here or the council, is going to make the final decision if there's any kind of abatements. So I don't know what you guys feel about that. Everyone feels that way, because I've started a file and Angie gave me her notes, and I think that's good to get to bring someone in from another county that's been through it. That we can learn from their mistakes or gains one or the other. So if that's okay. The other thing,
So is that a consensus to put you started on it?
sit on that. So it would be, right now it'd be Sonia and I for the council. And then, I think Angie and Nick, and then you're gonna have to pick one or two people, I think. that you
I
said.
think me and Lynn are gonna,
Okay. Because I think that's gonna be coming, honestly, they said I thought, late January, February, they're gonna be.
they haven't turned in an application yet, but
I know, and I think both of them, the way I understand, maybe both of these solar companies are pushed back a little bit because they can't get their power sold. They don't have a signed contract to sell their power to the companies to get on the line. So I think they're waiting to make sure they get that first.
so it's you and Sonia, Angie, Nick, and then two from Mike.
I think that's the 5 members. So I just want to go here through the appointments that we've made. On the Du Bois Strong, I'm the representative of Indiana Region 15 Meredith, Solid Waste is Sonia, EMA is Doug, Community Corrections is now Alex, on the advisory board. And then the 911 advisory board, I don't know if, how we want to do that. Do we want to, I never got to talk to anyone ahead of time because just found out this morning that Chris couldn't stay on it. So do we want to just table that until next meeting and we'll have a new person here and then we can discuss it as a.
How many meetings do you have again?
It's a 2, right?
6 months?
2 or 6 months, but then you're also in charge
You're on
of
the
hiring, and then we do all the interviews for that, so it seems, I think my first got on, I don't think it was as prevalent as it is now, but we've had a little turnover.
How many people sit on the board and how are they represented outside of the council?
About 7, probably.
Isn't the commissioner,
Actually, I
council,
think-
sheriff,
A county
some
commissioner,
of
a
the-
county councilman, a county sheriff or his representative, a representative from the city of Jasper, a representative from the city of Huntingburg, a representative from Town of Birdseye, a representative from Town of Ferdinand, a representative from Town of Holland, a member at large representing the volunteer fire departments of unincorporated towns, EMS or emergency management.
That could be you.
Well, Scott Eaglehair, Social Fire, he does a great job, so I would.
Yeah.
The commissioner serves as chairperson, the
But
county
that's,
council
he's
is
usually,
vice.
he's a chief, he's a fire chief, so I think he represents all the fire chiefs, so that's probably a logical thing for him to do.
Mr. Gleason, I would say if anybody on the board has an interest, they come out tonight and they would know what's up for next time. And as far as the meetings, like Craig said, we do a lot of the hiring, so we'll be out there somewhat, unfortunately, more regularly than we'd like. And then we also have special meetings if we need to. So I would think that with the move from the existing location to the new location, and some of the big spending we're going to be doing, there may be additional, 1 or 2 additional meetings, I would think, 4 meetings.
When are the interviews? Are they in the evenings or during the day normally?
We've done both, actually. We've done some during the day and we've done some in an evening, so.
When I was on it, I think we did, mainly evening, just that's because everybody can make it at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was.
I think we were trying to
Because I was on it back when I was
We were
commissioner.
trying to accommodate the applicants, and I think the last round, it was more afternoons, because they were
Yeah.
taking over their lunch, is kind of how we rolled it last time. But Stuart usually takes control of asking when the dates or the time for best.
My wife says it's okay.
These are a year commitment, Chad, each
I
of
believe so.
those, yeah.
But once you say yes, you're pretty much.
Yes,
Right, yeah, I figured that.
It's a 1-year appointment.
I mean, like I said before, I'll do it. My wife says it's okay, so unless anybody else has a strong feeling, I've been on it before, so I kind of know a little bit about it. And I'm also on EMA, so it's all that safety and kind of that realm, so it's kind of like.
Is that
But
okay?
anyway.
Is that okay with everyone or?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. So let's.
Like I said, if someone else has a strong urge to do it, then.
Well, I mean,
That'd be great,
we don't
but,
know who's going to fill the seat.
you know, I know, I mean, it's.
Is that part of the reason why you were hopeful to wait for a short time?
Well, that's what I was
Because of-
thinking, because but if there's some strong interest, I think someone that's present on the council, should probably get to do it because they're, if you have. a
No, it's
strong-
not a huge commitment. It's not like a monthly meeting anyway, so.
Well, the only
It's not
thing,
make or
my
break.
concern is, and I'm pretty involved in it myself because, it's some big money we're gonna spend there, we've already spent spent the money moving them out there. And then the list I've got of the expenditures of the equipment, the new console and all that, it's some big money. It's $700,000,
So you thinking someone with more experience then?
No,
As far as
no,
that?
no,
Or-
I'm not saying that because I'm gonna be involved in it too.
No, I meant like opposed to the new person coming
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
He wants someone who has a little more.
Right, I
knowledge
think,
and background.
and if you've sat on that board, you know what it's all about,
Yeah.
So that's, no, so let's just have a show of hands if that's okay for Doug to sit on the 911 board. So, okay.
There you go, Doug, 20 minutes, you got a meeting.
Hey, we got
So-
7 out of 7 voted. for
And
that.
Ryan, that, I don't know what you
You got
got
6 out of 6.
later, but
He doesn't count.
I know.
Sorry, you
I was
don't count.
I was kidding, I just thought it was funny.
Don't ruin it for me. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, if I get the
I'm sorry,
previous
health department?
members' approval, then that's good for me.
Your vice chairman too, automatically.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's right, yeah.
yeah, I did say that.
No, well, I knew it was.
You do
I
And
know.
secretary, you gotta take all the notes.
No, that's not it. That's
Sheriff,
not.
Not that one.
That's the
Sheriff,
sheriff.
that's, yeah.
I got the
Don't try to
rules
trick me,
here.
I've been on this board before I know
I mean, on these, I guess what I want to say though, I would like, all of us that are on boards, I think when we have a meeting, I would like to take, if it's 5 minutes to brief the council on what you attended, if that's what. What I was thinking here is, we're all, most of us have board positions of some type. When we have when we have our meeting, I would like for possibly a small report to the council to keep, if there's anything, that's come up, activity or whatever that you attended the meeting, and if that's okay with you, just to spend 5
I
minutes.
could need a master list of when each one of them, then you could almost just expect, at that next meeting that you would report out.
So that's how I ask. The other thing as far as appointments, I had Judy Brown call me. She's actually retiring. And maybe she, I guess.
I wasn't sure if it was, so it's a retirement. Okay.
She's gonna retire.
She's retiring from the county.
Yes.
She's gonna go.
Oh,
She's
where's she
work
going
for
to?
the state, I think so. She's doing a similar job.
Right.
But she's got enough time and grade and time and, to retire. So what she's asking is,
She's done an excellent job.
I met her at that open house last year, I guess it was. That was quite a lot of information. For me, it was
So much
very
knowledge
foreign
and
to
so
me.
much experience. Oh my God, jeez.
So what I guess what I'm asking, I got a call from her tonight here before I got here, and I think Charmaine always, she never attended every meeting, but she was kind of the liaison. Thanks, Greg.
See you, Craig.
The liaison for the council, that she would call and get facts. So she's looking for someone to take Charmaine's place. So I didn't know I'll be glad to do it. It's not, you can attend all the meetings. It's not that many again, but, or if someone else that's got an interest in soil and water. And I think it'd be good for one of you guys that doesn't know what they do. I was a supervisor over there for years. If no one wants it, I'll be a liaison. It's a good thing. There's a lot that goes on that people don't have a clue about with soil conservation in this county. So, but it's your opportunity. If no one will do it, I will.
I noticed they have an annual meeting coming up, don't they?
Yes.
Is that what you're referring to, or are you just?
It'll be a month. It'll be a
Sorry.
month. They have a meeting, but you don't, like she said, you don't have to attend every meeting. They put the invite, they give you the agenda and the minutes, but she's just saying she would like,
It's not a formal board.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, I can
elected
do, I mean, I'm not on, I'm not on.
there's elected supervisors from the county on the board. They'll meet monthly. They do.
But as far as that's someone liaising from this
It's
group,
just
it's
a
not,
liaison.
yeah.
To me, it's a pretty, I always go to the farm ag days out there, or they have the day, and put a demonstration. It's always good. It's interesting to me.
I would have some interest in it.
Okay, one, I don't think it's an appointment as such. It's just a,
We didn't have an appointment
responsibility. Pardon me.
We did not have an appointment for him, so.
I'll just, if that's okay, then.
Just pass my info.
Yeah, I told her I'd call her and tell her who would be on it, so that's great.
Well, it's up to her role, I guess.
She seems happy about it.
Do you all know, because I noticed the email that Mark sent out about the nurse position at the health department, did someone leave or is
Yes.
that? Okay, so who's that left?
Jennifer,
Really?
she gave her notice.
I wonder where she's going. Yeah,
Maybe
that's
she'll-
right.
Okay, the next, I think that's all I have about his appointments. The thing I want to discuss next is the council seating. But what, I kind of wanted some, it doesn't, with the new people and the new thing, I would like to possibly put these in districts.
So, like District 1, Doug would be where you're sitting, and then District 2, then it would be at large. So right now, I guess, Doug, you would sit here, for Sonia's seat, I would sit here, and the VP would sit here, Sonia.
Okay.
And then it would be 3 and 4. I think, I was talking to Sandy about it, that maybe we could possibly put, instead of councilwoman and councilman, we're in the council. I thought maybe we could either put District 1 or Council District 1 and Council at Large, if it would fit.
Probably that's for the public to know.
I think when they come in here,
Yeah,
I think it's good.
it's
if
neat.
they vote, that's
Who's
how we
writing
vote.
this, by the way? That is super.
It's Mike's.
Very nice.
So-
It's very nice handwriting.
so-
Sandy wouldn't have had a nice desk, she would have just put a line.
Impressive.
I am no artist.
I mean, you'd have to train the new person in signing the right lines.
I don't know, I like the way it's seated right now. I mean, I don't see the need for a change, but.
Well, I think when the public comes in here, it doesn't, to me, it
Well,
doesn't make sense.
I personally think we need to get rid of man and woman on here.
Yeah.
And if
I mean, I can handle that, but it was surprising to me that.
Yes,
it wasn't,
I didn't do these were here when I
No.
came, but
really
I think, I don't
justified.
know, but to me, I think if we're gonna put council district, I may just have to put District 1 or
Yeah.
district, whatever fits
I
on
didn't
it.
know if we could make it smaller, just put Council District 1, Council at Large. I don't know.
Right, I'll see what we can get done, but to me, the commissioners just say commissioners. Mine just says,
Mhm.
these are the only ones that say man and woman, which I think is a little bit.
So anybody got any comments on that?
Now, I do know, and I talked to Mike, I do know other boards do in, like, your at-large one and your,
Mhm.
and they usually do that in other seating, but, and I think we started out that way years and years ago, but changes happen.
I mean, I think it makes some sense to do that. I think if there's anything that we can do to, I don't know, bring more, I don't know, understanding,
Yes.
clarity, that's a good word, yeah. Shoot, I'm here and there's so much, that I still like, I have.
The only thing I don't wanna do is I don't wanna make them so small that people can't read them,
Yeah, I understand that.
but we'll see what we can come up with.
Like even if you abbreviate the council and DIST,
Or just council
Or just-
number 1, council at large, council,
yes,
something like that.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can get
something,
done.
yeah.
It won't take that much to replace them. And then that way I don't ever have to change woman and man and.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
I
It's a money saver.
There you go.
So, any discussion? Doug, you see, you don't really care for
I
it?
say we keep the way it is. I mean, we can change the council, man, woman to just council person or council. I mean, I don't see the reason, but I like my seat. I don't know.
You just wanna sit at my desk, I know.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Alex, you got any other?
The labeling's probably good on the districts. Going gender neutral, I guess is cool, whatever. And then if we want to play musical chairs, that's fine, whatever.
So right now, I guess that's, again, the way the public comes in. We got an at-large, then we got 4, then we got a would sit here, I guess.
Oh, yeah, whoever.
Right here,
So
so
my thoughts
the
are,
new person would sit here.
does it really matter? I mean, we're all voting, we all have the same vote, so does it really matter?
It's for the public, so when they come in, that they know.
So why make a really terrible decision, someone can call me out on it. You're in my district.
Yeah, that's a good.
No, just the clarity, I think,
I think they could look at online too, though.
probably is true.
I would think if someone's gonna complain, you're gonna look up online anyway to get your number.
Truthfully, I suppose not, having been here for more than an hour and a half, I guess it's hard for me to form any real, so I think I'm fine to move with that, I'm okay with it.
I'll give that up to you guys.
I like the idea of labeling my district though, I do, really, I think that offers more.
All right, well, I just brought it up to make more consistency. It would change, you know, if the president changes, if it, you know, if it, you know what I'm saying, the district.
Yeah, how would that
changes,
work if there's a district?
Well, then,
that
you know,
becomes
it'll
president?
change.
it would
Then you have
be
to-
changed,
Then you can do 3 at large, and it just depends who is what.
So,
And that's why I said it's changed over the years.
all right, well, I think we at least should put the district numbers on there, you know, if they're juggled out, I guess that's okay too, so. So do we wanna just hold it the way we got it, so that Sonia would probably sit here.
You just gotta tell me where to put your stuff when I set up the meeting.
New person would sit here.
You just hold it till the end, Meredith, that's your job.
Well, I can do that.
Sit on the right, so.
You guys-
Charmaine always made sure everybody signed what they were supposed to and held them to the end, and then I got them.
Should lay them up there on the corner, you need to get them out of your way. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Very precise.
We'll just look into that and then we'll leave the seating alone. You know, except Sonia probably will go over.
Sonia will move over. The new person will sit here then?
Yes. If that's the way, Alex, unless you wanna move.
I've always good to see. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
I like the district descriptor, so that's good.
Well, the only thing is then I'll have at-large, and you're 4, and you're at-large, well, you'll be over there. 1 will be there, and then you're 2, and then you're 3. If I get them wrong, you guys can tell me.
I'll change it here.
You could put an M in parentheses behind my name to designate mail. if you want. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, it's today's society. It's gender
He,
stuff.
they, she.
There's pronoun things at schools that are a big deal, and maybe it could be a big
We
deal.
have to ask you an intake at the hospital what your assigned gender is now.
Yes.
That's-
Well, and if I can't get it to say council, whatever, maybe I should just get it to be District 1, District, we'll
That's
see what
fine.
we can.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so we'll just.
I just think like he's saying, it'd be nice to have it all in a row, so that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, you know.
I think it makes more sense to the public at this time. If the majority says keep the seating the way it is, I'll go along with it.
Put up no vote if you want, I do not care. I will gladly move. I've been here for 1 day. I don't have that bond yet.
You're not stuck to that
Yeah,
spot.
no.
Well, I think there's 2 oppositions, right? And 2 that don't really care.
Two presents.
So we'll just leave it alone for right now. We'll just look into the signage. Okay, the next thing I had is, just want to bring you up to date on the leases. I think Schoenfeld, you know, he's, you know, the 40 prosecutor is they're wanting to move, and they're gonna move down to Derek Young property down on 248 East 3rd Street. It's gonna take about 6-7 months to do that. So the Schoenfeld said that he signed a lease on a monthly basis. So we have sufficient funds to do that. So I just wanted to make sure that we all knew that they're working on remodeling that down there right inside of the Ace Roofing down there.
The DuBois County. It's
Tourism.
It's right by the church.
Between the tourism and Ace Roofing, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, again, you guys, everyone gets the jail progress meetings. I usually try to attend those meetings. They're bi-weekly. And if anyone wants to, you know, go through the jail or go through it, you're welcome to come down there. Let me know. I think the time and date's always on there. We always meet in the basement of the jail. So, where the
Sally Port goes
Sally Port
down.
is, it's right.
It's underneath it.
To the right, before you go up to the hill to the Sally Port. So, but just give me a call if you want to attend, so I know you're coming.
You guys have been getting those, right? I've been forwarding them to you all.
I do, I just need to make sure it's going to the new email for the account.
I changed your email in my council,
did,
and I usually
but-
say
yeah.
council, so
Yeah.
hopefully it's,
No, it did because you sent out the agenda for today. so it should be fine.
And then I think the last thing here I have is, the safety tax. I think everybody was put on the last couple of correspondence I had from
The
Chief
ask
of
for
Police
January meeting, you mean?
yeah, but I think Jasper Police Department, Nathan Schmidt sent it on. And I forwarded it to some of the people that weren't at that meeting, so they could at least keep up with it. I don't want to get into that type of discussion tonight, but that is something.
It's on the
that's-
19th at 2:30 in the afternoon at Jasper City Hall.
Yeah, I think everybody, I don't know if we all can attend that. The last time we were working.
It's not your called meeting, it's theirs.
Okay, so we could just attend it.
You're attending, you just can't act on anything there.
Right.
So that's really, I think that's all I have. Does anyone else have any things to discuss? Okay, so I think there's no public left, so no public comment, so appreciate everybody's work and look forward to working with you this year. So otherwise I'll entertain a motion to close the meeting.
Make a motion.
I'll second that.
So Doug and Meredith, and
Are we gonna make this a
all in
thing?
favor, say aye.
What's up?
Anyone
Yeah.
opposed?
Are we gonna make this a thing like, I mean,
Y'all, did you? Yeah.
It's gonna be a bit.
City Hall.
Pfaffenweiler.